This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Xiomaro and welcome back to Battlerite. So, we've actually got some big news on the next patches for Battlerite and Battlerite Royale. Not only has a gameplay trailer for the new champion, Shen Rao, just dropped, but we've also got a new event, new consumables for Royale, a new season for Arena, and not one, but two existing champions being ported over to Royale. And that includes my main girl, Paloma! What? And her kit actually looks really great as well. Oh man, I actually can't wait. So first, let's take a quick look at Shen Rao. I actually had a whole video ready to just talk about this guy, but there are so many other things happening, so I'll have to shorten it a little bit. So let's have a quick rundown of his abilities. First, his Mouse 1 is an accelerating projectile, which means it starts off slow and gets faster the longer it travels. The projectiles also explode, so they might do AoE damage, but don't quote me on that. His Mouse 2 ability almost looks like a panic with a different visual effect. It's a projectile like most ranged DPS M2s, but when it hits, the target gets stuck in a vortex and moves directly away from Shen. If it does work like a fear, it probably breaks after the target takes 20 damage. Next, we have his Space ability, which is one of his only mobility skills. This ability makes him move to a target location, levitate, and move faster for a duration. It also allows him to cast 2 lightning bolts while in this form. It's unclear whether it just turns your Mouse 1s into lightning bolts or whether it's a space recast to use them. Next up, his Q. This one has an EX ability that is honestly insane. The regular version is a projectile block, somewhat like Pestilence's Queen or Blossom's Tree, only without the healing, I presume. This flat out absorbs projectiles and knocks anyone back who walks into it. Any projectile that's thrown into it extends its duration as well, which is why you see it last quite a long time when Ivor uses her ultimate into it. The EXQ is the crazy one though. It's kinda like a modified older bubble in some ways. It pushes enemies back on its initial cast and redirects any projectiles that are fired into it. So here you see Jade's ultimate being redirected into Rook. This could make for some amazing clutch plays. Next, Shen Rao's E ability is a Dragon Roar that strikes twice at a target location. The first hit deals damage and a root, and the second inflicts damage and a silence. The EXE has a similar double strike, but it looks more like Pestilence's double spider fear. It hits twice, but in different locations in a straight line. Both strikes deal damage, but the second one also inflicts a stun. Shen's R ability is a magic field that heals allies who stand inside it, and also allows him to move faster and cast his M1s while moving, so it's kinda like a more restricted tire space that heals. And finally, you have his ultimate. This thing is gonna be a beast for zoning people out. His ultimate summons 4 dragons that swirl around him and deal damage to anyone who they hit. Provided you don't trigger counters with it, this is gonna be really great for keeping people behind a choke point. And if that wasn't enough, you can also recast it to fire all the dragons in a straight line, so it has some great burst potential as well. All in all, he looks like a champion who will have a high-ish skill cap, but in the right hands will be absolutely dominant. I'm already imagining the CC and zoning potential he'll have with a Pestilence on his team. But that's enough about Shen Rao for now. We'll come back to him next week once we have a proper chance to play him. Next, we have the Yuletide winter event. This event includes a bunch of new stuff for Royale, like winter goblins that drop event-specific consumables, which could include things like snowballs, a snowman transformation potion or something, or a raging moose mask, whatever that is. There's also something called the Winter Feast. Not entirely sure what it'll do, but it does warn you not to eat too much or you'll end up in a turkey coma. I'm not really sure what that means in game terms, but I guess we'll find out next Wednesday when the patch drops. There are also a bunch of new skins like the Winter's Greed Rukan skin, Frostfather Bacco, and Lightbringer Freya. Another thing coming next week is Season 5 and Emotes. So that means get grinding for your final rank for Season 4. There's a good chance we'll see a bunch of balance changes as we do with every season, and of course we have the introduction of Shen Rao. So Season 5 could be one of the most interesting seasons in a while actually. And don't forget the in-game tournament system that's coming soon. But in the meantime, we can start collecting emotes for our favourite champions, because that's just been added too. And finally, my favourite part, new champions for Royale. This is what I've been waiting for since Battlerite Royale went into early access. Next week, Lucy and Paloma are going to be added to Royale, and both of them look really great. I'm really excited to see that Paloma has both her space and EX space from Arena, because I do love to swap people. She still has her other side, and it looks like her Mouse 1 will be one of the only proper spammable heals in Royale. The only thing she's really missing are her EXQ and Pixie. So that means a little less burst than Arena and a little less self-sustain as well if she doesn't have an ally to Mouse 1. Lucy also looks really interesting. She's missing her barrier, but it's been replaced with rapid fire, which fires 3 toxic bolts in rapid succession, each inflicting poison. Her clarity potion has been renamed Catalyst for Royale, and it behaves quite differently. It doesn't cleanse or purge, but it does knock back snare and consumes stacks of poison to drain health. Presumably that's some kind of leech effect. And the fact that they say stacks of poison makes it sound like her Mouse 1 and rapid fire poison effects stack up to deal more damage. The other very interesting change is to her healing potion. With this ability, you can actually drop a potion onto the slot where the healing potion is to enhance and change the effect of the healing potion. It's not yet clear what kind of things you can do with this, but it will be very interesting to see how it interacts with things like stealth healing and rabbit potions. Maybe it's a way to apply your potions to your allies, or maybe even use it against an enemy. Anyway, that's all for now. That's a lot to absorb, and I may have missed a few things, so if I did, feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more gaming guides, news, and discussion. And don't forget to check out the links below to Patreon, Discord, and Twitch. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.